Dan Illman, Mike Beer taking a look back at the Grade 2 Beldame, a key prep for the Breeders' Cup Distaff. This race, a one-turn mile and an eighth at Belmont Park. The winner gets the privilege of running in the Breeders' Cup Distaff against such heavy hitters as Latruska, She Dares the Devil, and the very talented 3-year-old Malathat. We break from the gate. Chad Brown has gotten Royal Flag good. Breaking from the far outside, she's a mid-pack runner. She settles into mid-pack. There's a good pace going on for her track.
Yeah, I mean, listen, she never really gets that far away in here. I didn't feel like they were necessarily blazing up front, and you're going to see Horologist, the 4 there. Once they get out of the chute and onto the backstretch, she's going to move up and sort of take charge of this pace, and Miss Marissa is going to let her do that. But Royal Flag, man, she's never that far away. She's always traveling in hand in this race, and it just feels like she's a 5-year-old mare who's getting good at the right time.
That's a very good point. Just watch how comfortable she is, settling in 5th position, the number 8 under Joel Rosario, under a very just loose rein right now, just being relaxed in mid-pack. Meanwhile, Horologist, who won the Beldame the year before in very good form for Bill Mott, able to make the lead, took pressure, leaving the chute from Miss Marissa, winner of the Delaware Handicap, now has established the front. She's going to run well yet again, but boy, just no match for Royal Flag, and I think it's a real credit to Royal Flag how easily, once she begins her move, she handled a talented horse like Horologist.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dan. Horologist has been in good form all summer long, and she got the trip that she wanted here, able to establish herself on the front end without a ton of pressure. Here comes Royal Flag right now. She's going to tip 4 wide coming to the stretch here, and she's going to blow right by this field, and she's actually ridden out at the end of this race. This mare's gotten very good.
Now, Rosario could wait no longer in behind a wall right there, went 4 wide on the wide sweeping turn at Belmont. You see her just roll down the center of the track. Horologist has put away the other trackers, but she was never beating Royal Flag. A 99 Buyer's speed figure, and Royal Flag came within a half length of Latruska in her prior start, the Personal Ensign, although she did get a very fast pace to run at that day. That could be the case in the Breeders' Cup Distaff, Mike. Maybe Royal Flag gets a setup.
Yeah, she did. You're right, though. She did get a setup in that Personal Ensign when she got, within 3/4 of a length of Latruska at the end of the race. She ran well that day with a really good trip. She had also run really well in her prior start when she ran down Horologist again at Saratoga in the Chuvie. So, listen, her last 3 starts are all very, very good. It feels like she's going to, be in position to make another big late run here at the Breeders' Cup with a little bit more pace in front of her. And she's just improving at the right time. She feels like a pretty dangerous horse in that race.
Daughter of Candy Ride out of a very productive mare. Seagull, the Mineshaft broodmare, has dropped some talented runners like Catalina Cruiser and Eagle, and Royal Flag is just the latest as we take a look at the complete order of finish for the Beldame. Royal Flag gets it done as the favorite. Horologist, game for second, not the kind of race that makes me think Breeders' Cup Distaff, but if they decide to go on with her, I think there's a race at Churchill Downs for at the end of the year.
Yeah, I agree. She's got enough talent they could find the right race for her. I don't know if it's the Breeders' Cup, mostly because, Dan, not only would she probably need a career best to somehow win that race, but I think they've sort of figured out Horologist is at her very best when they put her on the lead. And with Latruska in that race and She Dares the Devil in that race, that's going to be a very crowded place to try to be.
Miss Marissa's best game is probably when she's able to make an easy lead, as she did in the Delaware Handicap. All things considered, though, she ran just fine to be a non-threatening third.
Nice to pick up a grade 1, a graded stakes placing with this filly, though. She's a real overachiever for trainer Jimmy Ryerson, and they'll find a race for her too. She's pretty good.
Royal Flag stablemate Gold Spirit looked like she was traveling well on the turn, and then she just could not sprint home with those horses the last 5/16.
No, she got a really good trip. Everything broke her way. She got an inside run, and she wasn't good enough.
Zagel won a graded stakes at Belmont when you could argue that Clairiere was best. Clairiere was third in that race. She had all sorts of trouble. Zagel is sort of reverting to that slow horse that won a graded stake at Gulfstream earlier this year.
I just don't know how good she is. She has the one race where it sort of, came out of nowhere and she got a big figure. But all of her surrounding races don't make her good enough to contend in any of these kinds of races.
And now it's 2 in a row disappointing performances for Spice Is Nice, a horse who won a graded stakes race on Preakness weekend at Pimlico. She just seems off form.
Yeah, I don't know, really what to say. She didn't run well in her prior start before she got a layoff, and her trainer Todd Pletcher said that she came out of that race with an excuse, but obviously something happened again here. She was out of contention, a long way from home, and she was basically eased.
Taking a look at the prices for the Beldame, Royal Flag was no surprise this day. She paid 340 to win, but she's going to be a good price and a solid sneaky contender in the Breeders' Cup Distaff, where the big three of Latruska and Malathat and She Dares the Devil figure to take most of the action.